guys, Ninja Guy VR here, and right here, right now, we're in a good period of the year where we hear really cool VR video game news. So I told myself, you know what, I'm gonna make a video and talk about, all the exciting things happening right now to keep you guys up to date. So we just got the VR Games Showcase that just happened with some amazing stuff, and then we have Gamescom happening tomorrow, and there's a lot of VR content creator that is participating in this one this year, so very exciting. We should be hearing a lot of VR news after Gamescom for sure. But yeah, let's get started and talk about the things that's been happening over the last week. So for some reason, we've received release dates for 3 of the most anticipated games of this year. The first one was Alien Rogue Incursion. We were greeted with 2 trailers, one that showcased the weapons of the game, and the other one showcased the Facehugger and the Xenomorph. The end of the trailer showed us the release date of the game, which is December 19, so we are getting it during the holidays. But not only that, they've also announced some pre-order exclusive, including the Alien Romulus inspired weapon skin and the Alien Romulus inspired armor skin. So if you enjoyed the movie, this is a good way to just nerd out a little bit. And they also announced a deluxe edition which will include the cosmetic character armor skin, which is the blue camo, and also a blue camo cosmetic weapon skin. It also mentions that there's more to come, so maybe we'll get some more stuff in the deluxe edition. So keep an eye out, and if these interest you, make sure to pre-order your game and buy the deluxe edition if it's for you. Next up is Batman Arkham Shadow. We didn't get a trailer for this one, but some pictures has come out on Reddit, and today actually Gamertag VR released a picture at Gamescom of the game. There's a poster where it's saying that it's releasing in October. So again, very exciting. I like the distance between the release of these games because you have time to play them between each other or even finish them if you can. So another one to look forward to. Next up is Skydance Behemoth, and we got a pre-order trailer from them. By now, we have a pretty general idea of what the game is, and it looks good! But yeah, we got another release date on there. It's going to be coming out on November 14. So Batman in October, Behemoth in November, and Alien in December. So very well spread out. I love that. Behemoth also announced some pre-order bonuses. We'll be getting the Ancient Hero Sword, the Thornwood Bow, the Behemoth Bone Axe, and the Bronze Grappling Hook, which I believe are different skins from the original weapons. So yeah, this is only the first bit of news that I wanted to talk about. The next thing is that there's a new app that came out called the MetaQuest HDMI Link, and I'm pretty excited about this one. What it does is that if you have a capture card, you can plug it in with a USB-C on your MetaQuest, and I love that. I've played a lot of Xbox Cloud Gaming on my machine, and what I love about it is that you can expand the screen very big, right? So it's as if you would have like a big HD screen in front of you, and I feel like I would do the same with that. I love playing even flat screen games on my Quest, so it gives me the opportunity to play my games on PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and even mobile on the machine. I know it's not for everyone, but for me personally, I'm pretty excited about this and can't wait to give it a try. Unfortunately, my capture card didn't work on it, so I'll have to look on the market and see if I can get one that would work with it. Last week, we've got the VR Games Showcase, which is one too many that will be happening in the future. It was a really cool showcase, and I encourage you guys to go check it out if you haven't yet. And I did a live reaction video on it if you ever want to watch it with someone. But I'll give you a quick summary of what we've been seeing on it. So the first thing is that we've got a full gameplay trailer of Hitman 3 VR Reloaded that's coming on MetaQuest. We were all curious because we knew that the game was being reskinned in cel-shaded graphics, and personally I find that it looks pretty good, and it seems to be running pretty well considering, the big game that it is. And we've also learned from other sources that you'll be able to wield weapons on both hands, and you won't have too much UI noises in your face. You'll have your watch that will tell you what kind of suit you have equipped on you and things like that. So very promising. I'll keep an eye out for this one. No date announced yet, but we should keep a lookout. It should be announced pretty soon, right? We also finally got some games announced from Flat2VR Studio. We were anticipating it for a while now. When they announced that they were making a studio, we just wanted to know what they were porting, and they did deliver. They announced a total of 4 titles in this one. So we've got Wrath Aeon of Ruin, which is a very popular boomer shooter on flat screen. We've got Flat Out, which was a very popular racing game back in the day. We've got Trombone Champ. I'm laughing, but this is probably one of the games that will make the most money because it's so silly. You just have to, use your trombone and try to hit the note perfectly. So, it's a very entertaining rhythm game. And then last but not least, we've got RoboQuest. It's a game that I've modded myself in VR because I was curious and played about an hour and really enjoyed enjoyed it, you know, so I'm looking forward to have an official release of it. So the crazy thing about these 4 games is that they're all coming on MetaQuest, PC, and PlayStation VR 2. So in my opinion, they're doing an excellent job at doing the porting, and I'm looking forward to see what other titles they'll be doing. Some other little news is that we got Into the Radius 1 coming on PSVR 2, probably to bring up the hype of the new sequel, which is currently in early access on PC. So maybe we'll also be getting the sequel on PSVR 2 at some point. Then we've got Mannequin with a release date of September 12. This game has been on early access, a lot of people have played it, there's a lot of nice footage online, and it looks really fun, so I really want to give it a try at some point. It does look like a fun and intense hide and seek type of game, you know. And then we've got Combat Waffle, who introduced 2 of their games, which is Grim and Silent North. I'm not too familiar with Grim, but it does look like a cool kind of like extraction or a Rust type of game for the people who's been looking into that genre. But I was personally more excited about Silent North. I really like the graphics. It kind of looks like the same type of graphics as Telltale's The Walking Dead. And I don't know, the trailer really sold me. You know, I'm not into like wave kind of zombie shooters, but I don't know, it looks really cool, and hopefully there's a story to it, because I'm a sucker for games with a story. If there is, then I'm sold. I'm definitely going to purchase this one. Then we've got an official PC VR announcement of Silent Slayer, an excellent game that a lot of people have praised. And we've got Fracked, another game that people have praised, is coming officially on MetaQuest. I'm not going to talk about everything about the showcase, but I'm going to tell you a few things that really excited me. The first one is Vendetta Forever, which is a game that is being released by N-Dreams, and the aesthetics and the gameplay really sold me. You know, it has this kind of like super hot type of gameplay, which is pretty cool. What you have to do is that you have to shoot enemies, and there are guns where when you grab, it moves you to another location. And they actually released a demo after the showcase, so I was able to give it a try, and it's actually super hard, even on normal difficulty, and I love a challenge in a game, so I'll definitely be playing this one day 1. Remakes of games is something sometimes that doesn't really interest me because, you know, I've played the original and there's not really a reason for me to get back to it. But they've announced a remake of Arizona Sunshine, and that one I'm actually pretty excited because I've played the original recently and I don't find that it aged pretty well. You know, it has some mechanics that were used back in the day but are not as modern as right now. So seeing that we're gonna get the game with better graphics and better mechanics really excites me. So, you know, I'll put the original on hold and probably be starting this one instead because I think I'll have a better experience. I'm looking into reviewing the sequel for the hype of this game, but we'll see what happens if I have the time or not. So stay tuned for that. Alright, last one I want to talk today is Escaping Wonderland. So this is a sequel to Down the Rabbit Hole, which I've been playing recently. It's really fun. You control this little girl from a hole, and you can move around by holding these roots, and there's a lot of puzzle in the game. It's very puzzle oriented, and there's some nice replayability where you can collect all of the letters and come back into previous chapters to find them all. And yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's a nice story and very well crafted. So I'm looking forward for the sequel for sure, but I'll need to finish the first one first. Alright guys, the last thing I want to talk about is that Gamescom is happening tomorrow, and definitely tune to that. There's definitely going to be some gameplay trailers showed of Batman Arkham Shadow, which is very exciting. We'll probably hear some more about Metro Awakening because we haven't heard anything about it recently. And I'm sure that there's going to be a lot more stuff covered in VR. What's very cool about this year's Gamescom is they have a section dedicated for VR, and there's a ton of VR content creators over there. So we'll definitely be having a lot of news happening. Guys, that's all I had to cover for today. You know, I'm a gamer at heart, so I love talking about video games. Thanks for coming. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you enjoy my content, and comment to let me know what is one of your most anticipated game. I'm curious. Alright guys, have a good one. Bye!